Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So it's time for us to start creating that expense model here so we can structure our data in our database, in our application. So let's get to it. So right here, right below this here, I'm going to create a class called expense, just like this. All right. I'm going to pass in the model that I get from the DB instance. All right, just like that. Now we're gonna construct each of these columns, and we're gonna say, well, this column, the first column here is going to be an integer right here, and this one is going to be the primary key, just like that. And we're gonna set that to true. Then we want the description. So I'm going to copy this guy and put it there. And this one is going to be the description. All right. This here would be a string. And of course, this would be the nullable will be false because this we need to have a description, right, for our expense report. And the string here, I'm going to give it 120 characters as a default for it. All right, so I'm going to make a couple of them here, extra ones. So this will be the amount, and the amount we could have a float in here. So this one doesn't have any default, and now we're not going to set default values for this. So this would be a float, nullable false, that's fine. And this one would be the category. This one could be a string, and we can leave it at 50 characters since the categories is not going to be that big. And the other one here, date, this one would be a type date column, date time, right? So date, nullable false. And let's go ahead and set a default here for the date to be the date for today, just like that. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and inspect this real quick. We got the first column here is going to be an integer, primary key, true, description, it's a string of 120 characters, the amount is going to be a float, and nullable false, category is going to be a string, 50 characters, nullable false, and the date is going to be type date or datetime, right? In the database, we'll check that in a minute. And nullable false and default is going to be today's date. So yeah, make sure you save that. Your application should be working properly. All righty. And let's go ahead and check our database real quick. Let me see right here. We can double click on that. SQL viewer I'm using for the, for the, to view the SQLite database. As you can see, all the stuff is right here. Expense, model or the table description, the amount, category, and the date. All right, you should have that working with as well. I'm also using this little application here to check on the database, DB browser for SQLite. All right, so you can find that on the website. So DB browser Lite, for SQLite, and you can find that tool here and download it for the specific computer system that you got. All right, so once there, you can drop the database in here, and you can check it. Okay. So I can go into my file, into this here, grab the file here, and drop it in here, in this there. All right, let me see if I can. It says not open, no database file, open. All right, so I have to go ahead and do it in a different way. All right, so I went and found the file, and I can just drop that in there, and it should work, all right? So you can see it. That we can browse the data, we can see that we have no data, but we have a table in there called expense. All right. And make sure you close this. Sometimes you will have issues with your application if you don't close the connection. If you use the same database file that you're using in here, if you use it here at the same time, you will have a problem. So anyway, I just use this temporarily there. All right, guys, that's it for this lecture. Really, just make sure that you are able to create the table, and you are good to go for the next lecture. I'll see you then.